Hey guys, this is Dave, or Blizzard. As you can see, I got the heat fitted cap, and I got my old LeBron jersey. So, I'm going to talk briefly about Game 3, and then move on to talking about Game 4 about 10 minutes before the game actually starts, and hopefully the video will be up right before 9. If not, then probably right at 9 tonight. So, Kevin Love was out Game 3. A lot of people were kind of pissed. Not everyone, but some Cleveland fans were, on the fence about not being able to play him because he's a very good player, but, that's the concussion protocol. And during the game, they showed like all the different steps you have to go through. You have to do, working out on a bike, couple like non-contact drills, and a few other different things. But you have to go all through those protocols without any symptoms of a concussion whatsoever. So my guess is he probably got about halfway through all of that and had some symptoms. So they shut him down immediately after that, and as a result couldn't play Game 3 because that's how the concussion protocol works. He is cleared for Game 4, and he is listed as active according to updates. So that's a good thing for Cleveland, definitely. But going back to Game 3, they found a very good lineup in combination with the starting lineup, where Richard Jefferson, instead of coming off the bench because of the Kevin Love concussion, he started at small forward. LeBron started at power forward. And that was a very good lineup. Really got them going in the first quarter. And really set the tone and the pace for the rest of the game. As Curry only scored 2 points in the whole first half. That was ridiculous. He was like 1 for 5. Really surprising. Really not, the typical Steph Curry we would usually see. And the rest of the team had to basically pick him up until the second half when he did a bit better, but he still had a pretty bad game overall. And the rest of the team couldn't really pick him up as much as they would have hoped. That's why they got blown out, and LeBron had a really good game. Kyrie Irving really had a great game too. During that third quarter, he scored a lot of points, and LeBron definitely needed that extra boost to, get help from some of his teammates and go up by more points and all that. Because I feel like if Kyrie Irving didn't score as many points as he did, it would have been a lot closer of a game. So it's good that he scored as many points as he did. And Richard Jefferson was actually excellent as well. He had a pretty good game, starting and all that. And yeah, I just felt like that lineup was very good defensively. And even though Kyrie Irving is not a good defender, overall, the lineup defensively was good enough to defend against the Warriors, and then on the other end push the pace and make it really hard for them to keep up. And that's why they lost by 30 points the other night in Game 3. Going into Game 4, though, I don't think Steph Curry is going to have as bad a game as the first 3 games he's had so far, and I don't think Klay Thompson will be as bad either. I think the Splash Brothers are going to come out with a lot more intensity, especially than what they showed in Game 3, because they were playing in Game 3 as if like they had already won the finals, and that was definitely cause for concern. And definitely Steve Kerr will try to light a fire under them, get them going, say something to them, anything, to really just drive the point home that they're still playing in the finals. They haven't won anything just yet, because it's first to 4 games. So just because you won 2 games doesn't mean you could win the NBA Finals right off the bat and just declare yourself a winner. I know that firsthand because going back a bunch of years ago in the 2006 Finals with the Dallas Mavericks and the Miami Heat, when they went down 2-0, the Heat kept at it and ended up winning, pushing it to a Game 6, and then ended up winning Game 6 to win the NBA Finals, to win their first NBA title. So just because the Warriors are 2 games to the Cavaliers 1 does not mean that they're definitely guaranteed to win the NBA Finals. And just because the Cavaliers won 1 game does not mean that they're guaranteed to win either. So we could still go either way, but I think Game 3 was definitely pivotal game, and that it definitely might switch the momentum a little bit. Because now that they've won a game, I think they're definitely going to be a lot more motivated. They, meaning the Cavaliers, to clarify. Because Kyrie Irving doesn't have any experience technically, if you think about it, because he played a little bit of that 1 game in the NBA Finals last season. But he didn't really get like big minutes if you think about it in the NBA Finals. So this is like, to me, his first true test in the NBA. And judging by how he played in the last game, he really could handle it. And Kevin Love so far has not showed up much in these NBA Finals at all. But all things considered, I think they will actually go back to the original lineup that they had in Game 3 and start Richie Jefferson at small forward, LeBron at power forward again. Try to slow down the pace again, really up the defensive intensity, because they can't really, fight fire with Golden State Warriors death lineup, as they, called it themselves. Because their small ball lineup is too good for Cleveland to match up and try their own small ball lineup. They would just get killed. They need to be playing as big as possible, overpowering them in the paint, out-rebound to them, block shots, just be a lot more physical and a lot more aggressive. And that's how I think Cleveland has a chance of winning this game. Golden State, I'm not really sure. I mean, they definitely were pretty good in games 1 and 2, hence the blowouts, but I'm not sure if they could replicate that. After losing Game 3, that might be the big blow to their psyche. Because I feel like the Warriors, after winning 73 games this season, they didn't really face much adversity, as opposed to Cleveland, who had all the drama last season going into the NBA Finals and then in the NBA Finals, and then having to deal with the pain and anguish of losing in the NBA Finals, and LeBron losing it again, and having to deal with that criticism and all that. I feel like they're just not as motivated, and they have sort of like a championship hangover going on right now. It's not a new concept, but I feel like they definitely are displaying different characteristics that would, note that. And LeBron, he just wants to better his legacy and better his guys. He just wants to win another championship, and I don't fault him for that. And I think if he comes out the way he did in Game 3 and Kyrie Irving comes out the way he did in Game 3, they definitely have a shot at winning tonight and getting closer to capturing that elusive title in Cleveland. And yeah, that's really all I got for this video. I'll see you guys after the game for post-game analysis and give you my thoughts on how I felt about everyone playing in Game 4. This has been Dave or Blizzard, and I'm out.